It's Alien Week. Let me give you my honest opinion on what they're offering here, and let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am Montoya. Alien Week is upon us, and they have some new offer. Well, there's no new offerings. These are all old ships. There's nothing new except the Santok Yai, which is coming. We saw it in yesterday's Inside Star Citizen. A couple new paint jobs. Let's take a look at the promotional. Oh, what's this? Hang on. Is this a fidget spinner? If this is a real fidget spinner in real life, I need it. I must have one because I have one here, but this is definitely the cool one. I must have it. So here we have the promotional commercial for it. I love what the devs did. It's awesome. If you're new to Star Citizen, this is kind of an approximation of what an alien, specifically the Banu, think that humans want to see. Let's watch this quickly. That's cool. That's awesome. Looks like a pyro outpost here.
Are you tired of the pain of the drudgery of the boring ship? Are you waiting for your lucky day? Well, hello, lucky humans. It's us, your average friendly Banu specializing
in... So that's, we actually don't know. We haven't seen a Banu in the game itself yet. Obviously, that's what the Banu looks like. Maybe we'll see some in Squadron 42. I'm curious to see what they look like in the game. Actually, I lied. We did see one in the game because there was one frozen in the Mercury Star Runner when they were promoting the Star Runner, remember? Yes, I'll take it back.
Mightily in procuring and selling of many great and amazing ships. So many good ships from alien worlds suitable for humans. Don't go there. We'll bring them to you. Comfy human seat, not made of human.
Comfy human seat, not made of human. Or is it? It might be.
Probably. Humans love breathing. Our ship's full of atmosphere.
Okay, so the joke there is humans like breathing. The Prowler, pictured over here, has air shields. Now, typically in most ships, when you open up a door, you let the vacuum in, or you'll be letting a vacuum in. The Prowler has these, the red shields there. They're not blue. And it allows you basically to open the doors and still be able to breathe. But I mean, we wear helmets most of the time, don't we?
Great for breathing. Your next great ship is waiting. We have it. It's right here. Come on down. Today, voted friendliest Suli. 3 years subsequent. Davian 4 commercial chamber.
Favorite Suli, 3 years subsequent. I like it. All right, so let's take a look at what is being offering. Let me give you my opinion on what's happening, starting with the Talon for 115. Now, there's a thing we call the alien tax, and the alien tax is basically a ship which is comparable to something else, but it costs a bit more in the game. The Talon is not horrible, all right? 628 DPS compared to the Arrow, which comes in much, much higher DPS. But why? Why would you like it? Well, take a look here. The Arrow comes in at 1,500 hit points on the shields, but the Talon, double that. Now, here's the thing on the Talon. It has fixed size 4s. Now, this is size 3 gimbal. If you pull off the gimbal, put in a fixed weapon, that is serious DPS. The downside is on the Talon, if you get hit on the wing, you lose maneuverability, you're losing thrusters, you're losing a weapon. The go-to for PvPers is the Arrow. So if you had to go and say, I want a PvP ship, I would still say the Arrow. But if you like alien ships and you want some more PvE action and you want a very maneuverable, pretty well shielded fighter with good fixed weapons, then I would say yes to the Talon. Moving on, we have the Shrike. Now, I can count on one hand the amount of times I've seen people actually use the Shrike, and I think it's twice. Again, if you like PvE and you prefer using missiles, then maybe, but otherwise, it's not a really practical ship. I haven't seen people use it. Have people own it? Is there going to be a use or function for it sometimes in the game? Maybe. But just from personal experience, I haven't seen many people use it. Now, if missiles do become deadlier, then yes, this will be definitely a good ship. It's kind of stealthy, and the missile complement is pretty serious. So a maybe on the Shrike, again, depending on how you like to play the game. The Blade, I would say no. Now, the only reason I say no is the price. But if price is no object to you and you like to collect the alien-looking ships, then yes. But as far as its capabilities, again, PvP, people will go for the Arrow Gladius. I rarely see blades in the field. PvE, definitely yes, but the price is the big issue. At 275 smackaroos, it's definitely a more expensive option. The Defender for 220. Depends. Now, when the Defender came out, It had these awesome tachyon hit scan weapons on them that were just OP. It was awesome. It was a wonderful ship. They had to rebalance, trying to find out where it fits. Now, if those hit scan tachyons ever come back, then absolutely yes. But otherwise, just as an escort fighter, look, it's a two-seater. It does have a nice interior where you can put things and a bed. No other ship in this class has that. And if you have a Banu merchantman, we'll discuss further in a bit, then definitely yes. But otherwise, if you like the aesthetic, then go for it. I think it's definitely one of the cooler light fighters. Actually, it's the only light fighter with an interior that you can use in that sense. So if you like that aspect of it, it's worth it for 220. Otherwise, stick with the Arrow just for PvP. The Glaive for 350. So be aware. If you do want to buy the Glaive, you have to finish Vandal Swarm. You have to get through the 10 levels of that. And then you get the privilege of spending $350 to buy the Glaive. Now, as far as combat effectiveness on the Glaives go, look, it does put out serious alpha damage. If you are good with fixed weapons and you can land those shots, you are going to wreck things. Otherwise, the big problem with it is if you lose the wings, if you lose your size 5 Wrath cannons, you are left with just the nose cannons, which are the weak, and that's right, they're very weak, 66 DPS. So basically 120 DPS you're putting out if you lose your wings, which does happen. For that reason, I rarely see the Glaives put in the field in PvP, but mostly PvE, definitely. And I personally, big fan of Battlestar Galactica, so you know you're going to be flocking to this. I have a question for my viewers, though. What is happening with the updated skin? Now, in the game, in Squadron 42, this is what the Glaive looks like. They've updated the Vandal ships. I have not been able to get an answer to this. Will the updated look of the Vandal Glaive transfer to this, or are you buying a human version of it which remains this way? I don't know if they're going to force this skin onto all these ships. I suspect they'll probably allow you to keep this with maybe an option to change over. I'm not really sure. You know what? But I'm okay with it. If all the Vandal ships now look like this and they force that on, I'm actually okay with it. But I think there'll be lots of people who may prefer the original look of the Glaive and want to stick with it. If you guys have spoken to a dev and have an answer, post below. I'm curious to know. Moving on to the Car2L. This was the first alien ship sold by RSI, by CIG, and I like it. I should rather say I want to like it. Now, as far as being a fighter, the biggest issue it has is basically if any of your engines take a hit, you are done. You lose control. There's nothing you can do. It's nimble. It's fast. I love the sound. I love the animation of it changing shape. I like everything about this except the fact that you get shot once in the engine, you're done, you lose maneuverability, and you can't do anything anymore. I know they've strengthened the struts in recent patches, but still it's not there for me personally, and I think I melted mine. I can't remember what I did with it, but I did get rid of it. Now there is a Santok. I will get the Santok in a second. Let's get to the next one here, which is the Banu merchantman. So obviously, what can I say that has not already been said about this ship? If you have the patience and you have $650, then I think you'll be very, very pleased when this ship finally does come out. The problem is they've stalled production again as all the devs have moved on to work on something else. It's a difficult ship to create because everything inside it is unique. They are basically developing the Banu style and the boards and everything, the color schemes and everything as they develop this ship. And look, it's taking forever. The ship has obviously grown massively in size and scope since the original sale. What was the original? Was it $330 or something? It was half the price originally, and the ship has grown and grown and grown, and I fully suspect that when this does finally come out, this will be at least $900 So if you have the patience and you have $650, then yes. Otherwise, avoid it. You do get a hull C as a loaner for the ship, so that's kind of okay. But if you're excited for the Banu merchantman and you want to buy one, be aware it might be 2-3 years okay, before you might actually see this thing come out. So be patient, but the final result will be impressive and you will be very pleased when you finally do see that. The Nox. Now, this is my favorite space motorcycle. I do own 2 of these. One of them I won from Griffin Gaming. Thank you very much, Griffin. And yeah, I have nothing bad to say about this. This is a staple in my ships, and I do carry it everywhere I go with it. The Prowler. Okay. Expensive. $440. This is the, if you're thinking, what is alien tax? I think the Prowler is that. It's a dropship, all right? And when this first came out, it was awesome. It was like a heavy fighter. It wrecked everything. They've nerfed it heavily. Rotational speed is down, and it's really a hog to fly. But still, in my opinion, one of the more beautiful ships in the game. Do you want to take a look at any stats on it? Here we go. All right, so it's decent as far as DPS go. You have some size 5 gimbals. If you switch out these size 4s for size 5 fixed, it is pretty deadly. And anything you do shoot at does explode pretty rapidly. It does come in with 18,000 hit points, the same as the Valkyrie, the other dropship. So if you want a dropship, I would say Valkyrie. But if you like the alien aesthetic, then yes, Prowler, go for it. It is pricey. These round things over here, they're supposed to be kind of anti-grav things. They are not functional the way they're supposed to work. What's supposed to happen is you're supposed to fly in low and stealthy on the ground. I guess skim the ground like a ground vehicle perhaps. That is not implemented into the game yet. It's not a game mechanic. That was an original idea they had for it. Is that still in the works? I haven't heard it being cancelled. But given the stealthy version of the ship, the stealthy capabilities, and being able to hug the ground, the idea is to come in below radar, then yes, this will definitely have a lot of interesting uses. But again, pricey. $440 is definitely the upper range when it comes to dropships, and the Prowler is the pricey one in that. The Raylan. So out of all the offerings here, now, I'm not into cargo hauling, but the Raylan, yes, I think this is going to be a spectacular ship. I bought one, even though I'm not into cargo hauling at all, just because I think it's just very, very interesting. Let's take a look at some pictures here, because this is, in my opinion, the most beautiful alien ship in the game so far. Looking at the interior here, I mean, look at that. You can see down here. Is this a kind of an elevator? I think it's an elevator, and you can kind of bring cargo up. You can have a little living area over here. There's hygienics. Well, I don't know what that is. Hygienics, but turret access. Everything about this is just, it speaks to me. Your opinions may differ. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Here we see it launching, and okay, at least we know there's 4 missiles you can launch. This looks like a rear access to the ship from the back. There's the engines. I just love the way this looks. I like everything about this, but not in the game yet. I'm hoping we see more about it very soon. But out of everything in here, I think the Raylan for $225 is the more enticing and interesting of the offers. Moving forward to Santok Yai. I'm optimistic, because I think this will be the best medium fighter in the game. The weapons are mounted in a good position. Your wings get shot off, no problem. You still have your guns. But the same problem as the scout ship, you'll lose maneuvering. So I'm curious to see where this comes out. I haven't bought it. I want to see it in the game, but I think as far as medium fighters go, this might be the most maneuverable and deadly of the bunch. We will see when it comes out shortly. Moving on. Oh, well, that was it. That's a Talon. All right, so we're done with the ships. Let me know your opinion on those. Now, moving on to the paints. Wanderer paint. I don't know. Not for me. Harmony paint, yes, that's a cool paint. It kind of shifts color depending on the way you look at it. It is very cool. And the Oculus paint, I guess this is this new? I think it's new. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. It looks interesting, kind of shiny. If you like the greens and the shininess, yes. For me, no. Harmony paint, yes, I will pick one up. I'm considering for the Prowler. Look, there's only one color for the Prowler, and that's black. But I am considering maybe Harmony paint. We'll see. It's pricey though, $16. What's the special here? All right, you get the Talon, plus you get the armor, plus the paint for $110. That's not bad. I like that. For $110, if you are new to the game and you want a fighter and armor, then yeah, I think that is not bad at all. I like that. Armor set with the red tones, and the same armor set with the kind of the blue or the teal tones. I'm okay without that. What else? And the collectible pins for $35. Not for me. But otherwise, yeah, that's not a bad deal. I like it. What else? That's it. All right, ladies and gents, that wraps it up. Give me your opinion on the ships we've seen here. Are you buying anything? And hey, if you've spoken to a dev and have an answer for us, will these Vandal skins be forced upon people, or can you have an option to upgrade? Let me know the answer to that. Other than that, I think we are done. And yeah, are these real in life, or is this like an in-game thing? Let me know. I must have one if it is real. With that, let's wrap it up. If you enjoy my content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, you meatbags, and I'll catch you in the next one.